Hello everyone, Namaste. This is Luke Elijah. My video guest today is Evelyn Lim. She's an abundance coach as well as the owner of the abundancetapestry.com blog. Right? Thank you very much, Evelyn, for agreeing to appear in today's video. Right? I first met Evelyn, right, because she was a recommendation to me from another friend. Right? And normally I would not allow another spiritual practitioner to give me a reading or healing, but in your case I actually became your client and a fan now, right, or both, right? I went to see Evelyn first for an emotional freedom technique session, which was amazing, by the way, and I have so much trust in you. I really love your energy and the advice you gave to me and the coaching advice that I actually hired you for a Akashic record reading as well. I started to introduce my own arena of friends over to you, and they all felt that you were very accurate and very good. So thank you so much for serving us and serving the community. Could you share with the audience, right, how you got started? What's your history and your background? How did you get involved into doing spiritual work?
Sure, Luke. First of all, let me just say thank you. I was very happy to be of assistance to you. And okay, a little bit about myself and how I got started on this journey. I was a banker before. I was in the banking industry, and things were really going on pretty well. And if you were there with me, or if you were one of my friends back then, you would see that I was basically having leading quite a privileged life. I had a lot of things that I could afford a lot of stuff, yes. Right? But as soon as I started having children, I decided that I would stay home and be the main caregiver to my children. What I didn't realize was that when I did that, I left my job.
Yes.
The sense of self-esteem dropped drastically with the loss of financial independence. I became really frustrated, and felt really overwhelmed with having to take care of my children. And all these happened at a time when my kids were still really, really young. At that point in time, I also started reading. I came across the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah, amazing book. I read it too.
Yeah, so that got me really attracted to the idea of running my own business and starting something online. And that was how my journey began, just trying to create websites and all that. But admittedly, then I was very drawn to the idea of making money quick. And that didn't yield a lot of results. I was really looking for external solutions. And eventually I reached the height of my struggle. I had a bad eczema breakout. I was, constantly sick. I was really exhausted, and I decided that I'm just so tired of looking, on the outside for solutions. I decided to really go deeper, within myself to seek for answers. And the turning point happened when I started investing in my own growth. I went for energy healing sessions, I attended workshops, I read books, I looked into the spiritual aspect of things, and I've been very, very happy since. And since having gotten all these benefits and results, I decided that it would be wonderful to be able to help others who are going through difficulties in their own life.
So you're better able to empathize with others because you went through the journey yourself, right?
Yes, most definitely. And I feel very drawn to helping people with struggles, with difficulties in their situation, and they are not able to overcome their own challenges and obstacles.
Right. It must have not been easy for you to leave your well-paying banking job to suddenly go into a spiritual service, right? It's a huge contrast.
Yes, it is. Definitely, it is a big change. It is a big change. But when I started thinking and reviewing my own journey, I also thought that it will be wonderful to be able to use my own experiences in order to help others in a similar situation. So about 2 years ago, I decided to specialize with helping people with who are undergoing a hard time in their financial situation, so that they can experience a shift in terms of their mindset towards money and abundance.
Yes. So would you say that the majority of your clients, a typical client, is someone who wants to be an entrepreneur, who's seeking to clear their blocks and issues which relates to finance and abundance, right? People who like perhaps women who also want to leave and leave the corporate world and yet be able to balance the spiritual aspects, their family aspects, and basically have it all. Abundance in all areas of their life.
Yes, definitely there is a big part of, or a big chunk of my clients come from this category as you've just described. So they are women who would like to start something on the internet, or just running their own business, so that they can have the freedom and the flexibility of taking care of their own children on one side, as well as to do something for their own independence, their own financial independence. So I think that's great, and I really would like to encourage women to who are hoping to do that, to have some breakthroughs in that.
That's awesome. Could you perhaps share with the audience some of the techniques that you use in your therapy and coaching sessions to assist others to achieve their dreams?
Okay, for me, I really like the idea of self-empowerment. So I work a lot with this technique known as the emotional freedom technique.
Which I've tried. Awesome technique.
Right. So basically, what I'm hoping to do is that even after the coaching sessions, these women, or in fact any of my clients, they're able to take away something from the sessions. And should they encounter like everyday challenges and difficulties, they are able to apply the method right away. So EFT is the technique that I work mainly with, but of course I use other forms of techniques and methods as well to help them with a belief change, to help them in terms of raising their consciousness and aligning their energy system, so that they can feel more empowered and ready to take on whatever challenges that come their way.
So obviously for internal and external change to occur, it takes a period of time, right? How much time would a typical client require, or it depends on it's customized for them individually? How depends on the amount of work they require, or is there a set time frame that you work with each client?
Right. I have a standard program which is about 3 months, and even with the standard program, every client is different.
Yes.
So a standard is just provides the framework.
Yes.
But in the sessions, it's really pretty customized to each individual's background, what they're trying to work on, and their journey so far, what has happened in the past, etc., and so on.
Okay. You're also the author of 2 books, right? One's Abundance Alchemy, as well as Self-Love Secrets. Could you perhaps share with the audience a little bit about each book, and as well as tell them where can you buy it?
Right. Okay. Both books are available on Amazon. Abundance Alchemy was my first book.
Your first book.
And it was.
I read this book. I really enjoyed it. I thought that a lot of the works in it, it felt like channeled material, and I really resonated and connected to what you said. And I could immediately apply a lot of the tips, and I could see myself in the description of what you went through, because it's a bit of your life story as well.
Yes,
right?
that's right. So Abundance Alchemy was really about my search for solutions that can help address my loss in the financial aspect. Feeling that going externally for solutions for solutions, but not being able to find that.
Yes.
And in my journey itself, I kind of realized what is true abundance. So Abundance Alchemy, Journey of Gold, is basically that the gold is really found within ourselves.
Yes. I mean, when I was reading it, I could place myself in your shoes. I was going through the same things,
right.
So I could connect and could resonate. And I mean, it's a very good book, and I love how you ended with how it was your story, but others could relate, and how you ended with practical ways that we could transmute those negativity and blocks into abundance.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, Self-Love Secrets, I wrote it a little bit later.
Yes.
And I wrote it in as a result of having received about 1,000 emails. And these emails came about after I wrote a blog post on how to love yourself.
1,000 emails!
Yeah,
Wow.
so there were so many questions about how to love yourself.
Yeah, demand to know how to love yourself better. Even I had issues with that before.
Yeah. And it was really very interesting because how to love yourself, it sounds so cheesy, and I would have thought that everybody knows how to love themselves.
Yes.
It just sounds so simple. But what was really interesting was that I had so many questions, from people all over the world about their difficulties with loving themselves. And I had people like as old as, I think, 70 years old writing to me, and as young as 17 years old writing to me. So, and I counted, it was like almost every day, and for a period of 3 years.
Yes.
So that's and I kept a lot of all these emails.
Yes.
And from it, I decided that I should write a book based on it.
The whole topic on the topic of
self-love.
just on self-love.
Yes.
It's an interesting thing that you might not know. When I was creating a workshop session based on how to love yourself, right? I actually did some Google search and internet research. I actually stumbled upon your YouTube video as well as your blog, blog post about this self-love. Yeah, and I actually read it, and I used some of your pointers in my own session. So thank you for that.
Great. Well, I'm so glad because all this information it should be made available to everybody who needs it. And self-love is so fundamental because without loving ourselves, how do we really
we have nothing else to give, correct?
Yeah, we have nothing else to give, and really understanding or truly appreciating the divine love, the deeper layers of love.
Yes.
It can only be experienced when we first start loving ourselves.
Well said. Yeah. Evelyn, could you share with our viewers, right? What are the services that you offer, and or whatever projects that are upcoming for you in this year?
Right. Like I mentioned, I have a coaching program.
It's an ongoing coaching program.
Yes, it's a kind of ongoing, but really it's targeted at either women professionals or any business owners who are struggling with attracting clients or having limiting money beliefs and having struggles in their financial situation. So I help them attain a breakthrough so that it becomes much easier for them to achieve greater freedom and more fulfillment in their lives. So that's my program, whereby I work with individual clients, and it's a 3-month program. As for upcoming projects, I'm hoping to roll out more programs this year and have them online so that I can reach a wider audience. And that's my dream, actually, to be able to make a difference to a lot more lives. That's one, and hopefully by the end of the year to come up with another book.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you whether a third book will be in the pipeline, and what would the concept of the title of that book be? Could you give us a glimpse?
Okay, because usually I like to write based on my own experiences, or even from working with clients. So the book is most likely going to be on the inner gremlins that we have towards money. Probably something about money gremlin and the negative stories that we keep telling ourselves, and how do we overcome all these stories.
I can't wait to read that book. Right.
Thank you.
Speaking of clients, could you perhaps share a success story of one of your clients? Because you will be telling me all these great stories before, that how your clients are giving you testimonials and they're so happy that you managed to help them to break through, with their money barriers, and then all these amazing results and that they were getting, all the money inflowing in, and I was inspired by some of them. Could you perhaps just share one of the success stories of the clients that you coached?
Okay.
The one that comes to your mind. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I've got this client who for months couldn't attract clients. Actually, I have more than one of such client that
Yes.
with similar patterns of things just happen suddenly and
Yes.
it's like they don't see any more clients or they just find that it's very hard to close the deals.
Yes.
And they've tried all kinds of ways and solutions, and they've also seen other practitioners. They go for Reiki sessions, they go for channeling sessions and all that, but somehow these sessions have not helped them to produce the results that they wanted to see. So I've got this particular client who had all these transactions and deals that she had difficulty in closing. Somehow something will happen at the last minute that prevents the deal from being inked.
Yes, so she's self-sabotaging herself.
There was something that was in the way.
Yeah.
Okay, and the thing was that each deal was worth at least $20,000. So, and these were all property deals, okay, that she was trying to secure. After the work that we did, she managed to overcome that, and she started seeing this flow of clients coming in. So that helped her in terms of paying off her regular bills,
Yes.
okay, because she's a single mother and
Yes.
she had bills that she had to pay. That helped her with her running expenses, and because she was feeling more empowered, she was able to attract bigger and bigger clients for herself. And that was only, say, about a month after working together.
Wow, that's awesome. That's very quick results actually. True.
The thing I find is that when we actually deal with the root cause of the issue, we are actually clearing stuff at a deeper level, and when that happens, things, the results, the outcomes that you're hoping for start to happen.
Start to fall into place. Yeah.
Yes, and it's not just money that you are that these clients start to attract. It's really a sense of well-being, relationships, better relationships with their partners, and just overall they just feel a lot more confident and better about themselves.
Yeah, good for you for empowering people.
Thank you. I mean, I really feel passionate about what I do, and very happy and satisfied that whenever my clients write to me or text me about the results they are getting, I'm just very thrilled for them.
Good, awesome. Right, could you tell the audience, how may they contact you? Where do they go to find out more?
Right, okay. I have a website, abundancetapestry.com, and for people who are interested in just reading tips and getting some information about how they can help to make a shift and all that, they can subscribe to my newsletter. So I have a newsletter opt-in page on my website, and otherwise contact me through my email, abundancetapestry@gmail.com.
Yeah, I'll place all these links below this video, so just click on those. Thank you so much, Evelyn, for your time.
Thank you, Luke, for having me here. I'm so glad that you asked me to do this.
You're most welcome. Right. So guys, do seek Evelyn. She's the amazing woman. She's such a good practitioner. She's the go-to person if you want emotional freedom techniques, Akashic reading, or abundance training and coaching. Alright, so see you guys in my next video.